Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Alicia Elizabeth and I'm so excited that you decided to join me here for another Wealthy Wednesday. Today's video is being posted on a Thursday because I have some exciting announcements to make and I wanted to do it today. But if you are new to this channel, I want to encourage you to subscribe after you've watched this video all the way through and hopefully you like the content. If you are a returning wealthy person, hello. I'm not sure about you, but I woke up feeling wealthy. So much so that I decided to wear green for you all. So let's get into today's video because we have a lot to cover. First and foremost, late video with a good cause. I have officially reached my $1,000 goal. Woo! Right? And so I was going to post something yesterday, but I'm like, okay, I'm a day late. It's been a long week. If you watch my other videos, you know that the girl has been grinding. And because of the grind, my schedule has been a mess. But don't worry, next week, everything will return to its normal routine. And so I've reached my $1,000 goal, okay? If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you know that I've been posting my little thermostat. And so I completely knocked it out of the park this week. If you are trying to get to $1,000 and you're not seeing progress at a fast rate, please take a deep breath and know that we are not competing against one another. We are competing against ourselves. And so throw every penny, dollar, dime, any source of income into this $1,000 because it is the first step of 7 steps. And so you just want to get it out the way. So $1,000 done. That is for emergencies. It is not for shopping. I'm not going to go take myself out to eat with that money to celebrate. I don't even think I need to make a big hoopla. I don't think I need to make a lot of noise about the $1,000, mainly because I'm grown and at this point, getting to $1,000 shouldn't take so long, but I don't want to put the pressure on myself or out there to say that something shouldn't take as long. Because the reality is the emergency fund can be really hard, as I've said before, depending on your income and your expenses. You know, to someone else looking at my page, they see the $1,000 and they're like, girl, you should be able to do that within a paycheck. But if I'm not bringing in that kind of money, or if I'm spending more than I'm bringing in for my household necessities, that is hard. So I don't want to put the pressure out there that that's something that you should be able to accomplish in a matter of days. We would like to get to that place where we can do it in a matter of days, but if that's not our reality, so be it. We don't have any time to waste feeling bad or comparing our progress next to someone else's. We have to focus on our journey, okay? So I did say in the beginning that if you need to, go through August. Whatever you have to do, get that $1,000 put aside so that you can move on to the next thing. For those who are still taking notes because they already had the $1,000 or they're close to getting it, the next thing that we have to talk about is now what? What do we do after we have the $1,000? So the steps are lined up in a way where you save the $1,000, then you attack your debt, and then you save your 3 to 6 months, right? And so today I'm going to talk about the snowball really quickly. And then, you know, I'll share some of my thoughts about the saving of money and stuff like that at the end. But I want to get to the root of this video because we have a lot to cover and I am on a time crunch. So baby step number 2, pay off all debt using the debt snowball. Dave Ramsey says the goal of the debt snowball is to get you out of debt while giving you quick wins. So it's about building that momentum. And allowing you to build up huge momentum as you work through your list of debt. The plan is simple. List all of your debt except primary mortgage, so if you have a house, from smallest to largest based on payoff balance, not interest rate. Then you'll work down the list and knock them out in that order. And then he goes on to say that people have challenged him about this method. But then he says this is about behavior modification. This is about behavior modification. You need some quick wins or you will lose steam and get discouraged. So, what is the snowball debt for visual learners? I've created like a fake list of debts really quickly. So let's say this is the debt that you've accrued. You have a Visa card, an Amex card, a Victoria's Secret card, you have 2 loans, and this is what you owe them, and this is the minimum payment. So, I'm sorry, I have so many things right here, but it's because I want to make sure this is more informative than anything. So a summarized explanation of the snowball debt is that you want to list all your debts from smallest to greatest regardless of interest. So as you can see, the numbers are picking up as far as the balance right here. make minimum payments on each. So in this light blue, these are the minimum payments that these cards or these loans are requiring. So $25 a month here, $100 a month here. These do not have to be in order of the amount. This is the amount you want to pay attention to. And the reason for this is because you are going to close this card out a lot sooner than you would this loan. And so seeing this card come off your list will aid you or, partner with you in building that momentum of like, oh my goodness, I can do this. I can get out of debt. That's the goal. And so pay as much as possible on the smallest debt and then repeat. And so what happens is, though the minimum for this is $25, if you can pay more on this one, pay more, because this is the first one that you want to get out of the park. Let's say you only have enough to pay the minimums, then do that. Because what happens is, as the snowball picks up, this $25 that you once was putting towards this debt will soon go to this debt. And so now you have paid this one off, and now you're putting $125 towards this card every month. Okay? So I hope that makes sense. I know there's a little glare, so let me do it on this side. Okay, so one more time, really quickly, for people who may not have understood what I just said. Find out about your debt. That's the assignment basically of this video. Figure out your debt. I will announce my debt in the next video. I have the number, but I have to do a second part with it, which I'm going to tell you to do as well. Figure out the debt you have, right? Then call each debt. Should I be saying each debt for? I don't know. I have to think about that. Call each person that you're in debt to see what the minimum payment is. Negotiate as much as possible. If your accounts have gone into collection, they will work with you. Even if they haven't, call them and say, hey, especially with COVID going on, hey, what is the minimum amount? That's my air conditioner, I'm sorry. What is the minimum amount that I can pay? I need your lowest balance, even if it's down to $10, because the reality is these places want their money, okay? So don't take no for an answer. Because it's also possible that you might not have enough extra money to pay these minimums. Okay, let's be real here. Let's talk about the problems we run into. What if I only have $25 a month left over? Then pay that first debt. Until you bring in more income, pay this one off, because it's going to feel so good to see that come off your list, right? So call these places. First, find out your debt. Call those places to find out what is the minimum that they will take per month. If you need to get them all down to 25, do that. 25, like whatever. I believe that you have not because you ask not. So ask in faith. And then you want to start aggressively attacking this first debt, but nonetheless paying minimum on each of these. And I haven't read this yet, but I believe the reason for paying a minimum on each is to keep you in good standing. It helps your credit, things like that. So while you are attacking your debt, you're not like digging yourself out of the hole with Visa, but then you're getting deeper in a hole with someone else. And I think this also shows us all the more how we need more streams of income, and those like Chipotle bowls, I'm guilty of that, those Target runs, those shopping trips, these minimal small payments that we are spending elsewhere can be going towards knocking this debt out. Okay, so that's the snowball debt. That is what we're doing next. I will come on here next Wednesday with my debt numbers and any new information. But I do want to tell you all my debt number, mainly because that's the next thing that I will be inviting you all in and updating you all concerning. I do want to also say, just like sharing as I'm documenting my journey, getting to this $1,000 was super encouraging to my spirit, because if I'm going to be completely honest with you, I was talking to a friend of mine this week, and I was telling him that I've always had multiple jobs, right? Since I was 13, I've had a job, no lie. And then since I was able to have a job, I think when I got in high school, I can't remember the age, I've always kept 2 jobs, at least 2 streams of income. And the frustrating part about doing this Dave Ramsey challenge, or trying to figure out and learn debt and get out of debt and also build wealth, is seeing the information and how simple it is, and how when I was younger, what life could be like for me now if my parents had the tools to teach me what to do with all that money I was getting. You know, I keep telling you all that we're wealthy, and I leave declarations at the end of the videos because I think about how much money has made it in my hand and where would I be if I knew what to do with it. And so if you're someone that's younger than me and you're watching this, my prayer and my hope for you is that you latch on to what I'm teaching, or, you know, sharing the information that I'm teaching, because you can be a lot further than myself and my peers simply because you're breaking the generational behavior, right? So I've had a job since I was 13. What would life look like if my mom told me to get $1,000 from my summer money and put it into a CDC account? What would it look like if my mom, you know what I'm saying? Like when I was in undergrad, there was a firm no student loans. Like what would life look like if people in my family and people even around me fully understood wealth building, and keeping wealth? And so that's the frustrating part. But the encouraging part around it is that it's nice to know where my money's going now. Like it's nice to have the same work ethic that I've always had, but now with a more precise agenda. And so I'm super encouraged by that, because I'm like, okay, the $1,000, super happy that I got it. Super happy that when I, you know, declared that I was gonna get a part-time job, do side hustles, it was like, boom, you know, let's go. It was like go mode, and I thank God for helping me with that. And so now I'm in go mode so much that I'm like, okay, I got my debt number. This looks like 2020 and 2021 is about to be, you know, all the more real, all the more of a let's go, let's take this money, let's throw it, let's get out of this debt, because now it seems attainable to knock out. You know, even looking at this fake example of a snowball, I'm like, okay, let's knock this out. Let's make these phone calls. Let's find out what the minimum payments are, and let's get rid of it. Like, let's be free for real, because debt is a form of bondage. Debt is a form of slavery. You are bound to someone until you pay them. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, it came to mind when I was thinking about how whatever debt I've accrued, now that I'm trying to pay it off, I'm like, was it even worth it? Was it worth it? You know, like, so yeah. Wanted to keep this video short. We will talk more about this. I will talk about things that I did to get to the $1,000. I mean, I've been pretty transparent. I told you all that I picked up a part-time job. I'm tutoring, and I've just been throwing any extra money into that. Just like, nope, don't need it. I still gave myself a little wiggle room. I did have some Chipotle a couple times. And I haven't done any shopping, but I've also been telling myself to eat what's in my house, and part of enjoying that is not buying foods you don't like. I'm learning that too. So the stuff I have in my house, I'm getting down to the end of it, like within this week and next week, but like, it's reminding me, don't purchase things that you don't enjoy eating, because that sucks, right? So like, super random, and then I'm leaving. I brought a little bag of fingerling potatoes, and I cannot stop talking about them, and I cannot stop eating them, and I'm just like, okay, this is nice. This is nice to eat in the house and to eat what you like. Instead of going to get it from a fast food place, fry it in here, bake it in here, cut it up, drizzle it up, slurp it up, whatever you need to do. Eat it here, enjoy it here, right? And so it's nice to see like my wallet going up, my weight's going down, things like that. So again, if you're doing this with me, please do not be discouraged. We are not in competition. We are on the same team. If you need anything, please message me. In my last video, shout out to, I don't have your username, but someone even was like, Dave doesn't recommend CDCs. Thank you. Share that information with me. I will do the research, update the information once I have it. And we'll talk about that in the next video as far as CDCs go. But nonetheless, let's get this money. Let's get out of debt. Let's generate wealth. Let's educate ourselves. Let's ask the right questions. Let's make the phone calls. Let's do the Google searches, because we're already wealthy people. Money comes to us. Money chases us down, and it's not that deep. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that deep. Let's be free from debt. That's the goal. And then let's take our crafts and our hobbies and let them help produce a life we want, where we owe no one and we actually can afford our livelihood. I really appreciate you all tuning in. Would love to hear back from you. Let me know where you are in your goal, how I can assist you. Don't forget to check out the blog, message me, whatever. Have a wonderful day.